Hello, Stampin' friends, and welcome. This is Dee Osburn, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Today we'll be making this beautiful wedding card, and we will be using the Crane of Fortune stamp set. And we'll be using this stamp and this stamp, wishing a lifetime of happiness and a world full of love. So before we get started, let me just say, if you like this video and you find value in it, please like, share, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment and let me know what you liked or what you would like to see in the future. And if you click that little bell, you'll be notified when I upload more tutorials, more card tutorials. So I will comment back to everyone who comments to me. And everything that you need to make this card will be listed in the description below, along with the measurements. All right, so let's get started. Again, we're doing the Crane of Fortune stamp set using this stamp and that stamp. We'll be using the Good Fortune dies. And for the Good Fortune dies, you get all of these dies, plus you get the die that cuts the crane out, and we'll be using this die today. So you get all of those beautiful dies plus this one. Okay, and we'll also be using the what is this called? We will also be using the Symbols of Fortune Designer Series paper. So let me show you that. It is beautiful paper. We'll be using this piece on our card. Here's the other side of that piece. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. We have this piece. All of this paper on one side has the gold, and on the other side it does not. So there's that side. Then there's this piece with the gold. Beautiful piece. A lot like the one we're using, but a little bit different. Beautiful flip side of that one. Then we have this one. This matches the die, so that'll be a fun one to play with. This is gorgeous paper. I can see me using every single sheet of this on a card. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at all that. Look at that. All that gold, and then look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I just love this paper. I am just loving this paper. There's that side, and then this is the other side of that. Isn't that beautiful? So great, great paper pack. I can see myself using every single sheet of that. Oh, I can't wait. All right, so, but for this card, you will need a piece of gray granite cardstock cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and fold that and use our bone folder to get a nice crisp fold. You'll need a piece of basic white for the inside, cut at 5 1/4. I'm sorry, 5 1/4 by 4, and that's where you'll put your message. Okay, I'm going to do that part later, but we're going to build we'll stamp on the inside of that one later when we're all done. I'll show you the inside. So we're going to put our sentiment on the inside. Then you're going to need a piece of the Designer Series paper cut at 5 1/4 by 4. Now you're not going to glue that down yet. Oh, no, this, I'm sorry, is cut at 5 by 3 3/4. You'll need a piece of the gold metallic paper cut at, this one's cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And this one is cut at 5 by 3 3/4. So we're going to glue that down to that piece. Now be careful when you set it down on there. You don't want to smudge the glue onto that metallic paper because it is not forgiving. It is very icky if you smudge it. So what you do is you go in at it at an angle like this till you get this side approximately where you want it, and then you just lay the other side down, and then ever so slightly you adjust to where you want it. Okay, and then you're going to let that dry for just a second. In the meantime, you're going to get a piece of ribbon. This is not Stampin' Up! Ribbon. I got this on Amazon. And it's a sheer ribbon. I love white sheer ribbon, especially for weddings. It's just beautiful. And I also took some of that ribbon and I used my bow maker to make this beautiful bow. And there is a video that I've made that shows you how to use the bow maker. So if you, at the end of this video, there'll be a link to that video so that you can see how to use the bow maker and make these beautiful double looped bows. It's so easy with the bow maker. The bow maker is just amazing, and you can get that on Amazon. It is also not a Stampin' Up! Product. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our ribbon and we're going to use a glue dot, or you could use glue. I like glue dots because you don't have to wait for it to dry. And we're going to put one on one side and one on the back of the other side. Okay, and then we're going to put that right about the bottom third of the card. Okay, and you just wrap it around and stick it down, and then wrap this side around and stick it down. Okay, then we're going to glue this to our card base. So let's do that. This is a very quick and easy, and I think very elegant wedding card. So you could make it into a birthday card or an anniversary card or whatever you'd like. Actually, the sentiment could be used for several different things. So, but you could put whatever sentiment you want on it, and it could be whatever kind of card you want. All right, so then now that's glued down. So then I took another piece of the gold, and this is cut at 2.5 by 4. And I'm not going to glue that down yet. I'm just going to kind of place it so that I can get an idea of where this should be. Okay. But before we do that, I want to stamp onto this. Okay. And then we'll glue this piece to this piece. So we're going to take, so I forgot we are using another stamp out of this set. We're going to use this stamp as well. I forgot about that. Yeah, because that gives this this white piece just a little more dimension. I originally had it white, but I felt like it was just a little bit too plain. So the way I did that is I took this stamp and I got some basic gray ink and I'm going to stamp off. Okay, so I'm going to ink it up real good. Ink it up. And then I'm going to stamp off just onto my mat. And then I'm stamping onto my paper. And I'm going to do that again. And I'm going to stamp off and stamp on my paper. There. And that's it. It just gives it a little bit more dimension. Okay? So now, before I glue this down, I kind of want to see where it needs to be. So I'm kind of going to just play with it a little bit. I think I want it right about there, and we can, that way we know about where it goes. I'm going to hold the gold piece where it belongs. And when I put my glue on my white piece, I'm only going to glue the center of it, because you'll see I'll glue the rest later. But right now I don't want to glue it down quite yet. I want to have the ability to play around with it and make it just so. All right, so that's how I want it. Now I can glue it down. Okay, now I can glue it down. So now I'm going to, because this is up a little higher than this paper, I'm going to put glue on this paper, and I'm going to put a glue dot on the other piece, because a glue dot has a little bit more height and it will stick nicely without having the card kind of bow down. Okay, so I'm going to pull those glue dots off and just stick them on right there. And then I'm going to, did I run that through my glue? I think I did. Nope, I'm good. Okay, so then I'm going to put this, and you using the bottom edge or the top edge, whichever you prefer, to put that on there because you don't want to get any glue on your gold part. Okay, so I'm pressing on that glue dot there, pressing on the glue dot there, and in the center. Yeah, we're almost done. We are almost there. Isn't that beautiful? And so quick and simple and easy. So now we're going to stamp again in the basic gray ink. We're going to stamp the crane, and I've already done that. So I stamped it, and then you cut it out, which I've done as well. So I've stamped it in basic gray, and then I cut it out with the die. And now I'm going to use dimensionals to put it on my card. So I'm going to bring my dimensionals over, and I'm going to put one there, and one there. And then I'm going to cut to put a dimensional here on his legs and on his head. So I'm going to take these little pieces, and I'm going to peel that up, and I'm just going to cut a piece of it off. The mini dimensionals are still just a little bit too big. See, I just need a little, let's see if I can focus that for you. I just need a little tiny piece like that. See? Just a little tiny piece like that. See it? Okay. And I'm going to put that on the legs and one on the head. So we're going to take that off. Oops. And it's kind of hard to deal with because it's really little. So put that on there. Put that on his legs. Peel the other side off. Gotta put it on there right. Okay. This is probably the hardest part of this card. This is a very simple card, and so this little easy piece is the hardest part. So peel that off, get rid of that. And then let's get another one. We'll go up in here and we'll cut a little sliver, and we're going to put that on this little crane's head. Okay, so that you don't want the dimensional to poke out of the, on this side. You don't want to see the dimensional on the other side. So we'll peel the backs off of these. And then we'll place our crane. We'll place him right about here. Okay. And then I took some ribbon. Again, this is not Stampin' Up! Ribbon. And I made a bow. I used my bow maker to make this bow. And I will link a video as to how to use the bow maker. And you can get the bow maker on Amazon. And then you can make these beautiful double looped bows. They're super easy with the bow maker. So now I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on the back of this bow. Okay. And I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to trim the tails down just a little bit. And I think that it would be beautiful if it had just a little bit of glitter on it, of course. I'm thinking on her leaves. Not leaves, her feathers. They're not leaves, they're feathers. So on her feathers, maybe on her neck and her beak, right? Top of her head. All right, so let's glitter this and see. And you can tell me whether you like the glittered or non-glittered version. Okay. And if you have like a little makeup brush that you don't use and doesn't have makeup on it, you can brush the glitter off of the places that you don't want it to be. Okay, there we go. What do you think? Oh, love it. Oh, I think the glitter just makes it. So here's the one with the glitter. Some people aren't glitter people, so here it is without glitter. So isn't it beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. Got a little glitter, got a little gold shimmer. Just a beautiful card. Now, one last thing I forgot. We have to do the inside. So the last thing we need for the inside is a piece of basic white cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And we're going to stamp this with our sentiment. That says, wishing a lifetime of happiness and a world full of love. And we're going to stamp that with our basic gray. So we'll get that. We're going to ink this up real good. We'll put our paper, use our lines on our grid paper so we can make sure we have it straight. Ink that up real good. And stamp this on. There we go. Wishing you a lifetime of happiness and a world full of love. Okay, so we'll put our ink away and we'll glue this inside of our card. Okay, we'll put this right here on the inside. All right, there we go. Okay, so now we have our beautiful sentiment on the inside and our beautiful wedding card on the outside. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. I love the gold and the gray. It's almost like gold and silver together. It's just, I think it's beautiful. I hope that you have liked it. I hope that you think it's beautiful. This is a great set for making lots of wedding cards and anniversary cards. This could actually be an anniversary card. I think it's the sentiment's more suited for wedding, but you could make this into an anniversary card and stamp an anniversary message on the inside, or just send it without a sentiment on the inside and just write your own message. So there you have it. All right. If you have enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe. That would be great for me, for my YouTube channel. And then you can click on that little bell and it will let you know when I upload more tutorials. I'm so glad that you have joined us today, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. Come back and see me. Until next time.